Bismillah, salatu wassalam ala Nabi Muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wasallam. For the past 3 weeks, we all have been devastated because of what is happening in Gaza. We are desperate for a ceasefire. We are desperate for humanitarian aid to get there. We are desperate for their safety, for their freedom. But we need to be careful. We don't want our desperation to turn into depression, because the danger of depression is that it can lead to despair. And a true believer never despairs in the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah ta'ala told us in the Quran, He said, "And who despairs of the mercy of his Lord except for those astray?" He also said, "Do not lose heart nor fall into despair. You shall overcome them if you are believers." We know we must have hope in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we cannot give up. Our life is a balance between hope and fear. Our previous predecessors, they said, in good times, increase your fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And in difficult times, increase your hope in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we are going through a very difficult time. We must increase our hope in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because hope, it's a very powerful force. Hope, it unites us, it strengthens us, and it fuels our determination for a free Palestine. Together, we can inspire hope, and we learn this hope from our Palestinian brothers and sisters. There are people who have hope in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they still have hope in humanity after what they are suffering. They haven't given up. When their houses are bombed, they say Alhamdulillah. When their family members are murdered, they say La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. They say Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakeel. And in the dire situation in which they are, it's so difficult in that situation, but they make videos in that situation of their children who are brutally murdered. No one can do this. It takes too much courage, too much hope to do that. And why are they doing this? Because they want to share with the world what they are suffering. They want to share with the world who is the oppressed and who is the oppressor. They want to share with the world who are the people of light and who are the people of darkness. And what do they expect from us? They only expect from us that we continue sharing those videos as well. We continue to comment and like them. And the purpose behind it is to increase awareness, to gather support for our Palestinian brothers and sisters. We need to unite as human beings. We need to fight for humanity. Together, we can inspire hope. And together, with the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we can create a better future for Palestine, inshallah. One time, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he went to a young boy who was about to pass away. And Rasulullah asked this young boy, "How are you doing?" The young boy, he replied, "O Messenger of Allah, I swear by Allah that I have hope in Allah and I am scared over my sins." Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "These two qualities do not gather in a slave's heart in such a moment except that Allah gives him what he hopes for and protects him from what he is scared." We are in a situation like that, and we are hopeful that inshallah Allah Ta'ala will give the people of Palestine what they deserve: justice and freedom. Remember, my brothers and sisters, this world is full of trials and afflictions. And to fight these trials and afflictions, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us. He said, "O you who have believed, seek help through patience and prayer. Indeed, Allah is with the patient." And to share those videos and watch them on a daily basis, it's so difficult. It takes so much patience. And I know many of you, including myself, we've been watching these videos and we have been crying every day. We've had sleepless nights. And these sleepless nights, it just makes it difficult to watch these videos. But we can't give up. We still need to watch them because we need to share them. And I want you all to know there are two types of hope. There's a real hope and there's a deluded hope. The real hope, we call it in Arabic, Raja. Raja is a hope where you take good action. After taking that action, you have hope in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The deluded hope, it's called tamanni. Tamanni is where you don't do anything yourself. You just follow your desires. You don't do anything and you just have hope in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Raja is characterized by good action. You take action. And tamanni is characterized by laziness, where you don't do anything and just say, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will fix the problem. We don't want to have tamanni because we won't achieve any results with that. We want to have raja, where we take whatever action we are able to In the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Inna alladhina amanu, indeed those who believed, walladhina hajaru, and those who migrated, wajahadu fi sabilillahi, and they strove in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ulaika yadjuna rahmatallahi, they are the ones who have hope in the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, wallahu ghafurur rahim, and Allah is all forgiving, all merciful. This ayah clearly tells us these people, they strove and then they had hope in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we are people who want to have hope in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a real hope, and for that we must take action. And for that we need to remember we cannot give up. We can't go into depression because we are true believers and we must have hope. And for hope, it's very important. We expect good from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah ta'ala said, I am as my servant thinks of me. So we must think of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as the one who is all able, the all powerful. He is all merciful and all forgiving. And we must always think good of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Never doubt Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and think, why are we suffering? And why is the help not coming? Help will come, but it will come when Allah wills for it. So we must place our trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These are the times when it really shows who trusts in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and who doesn't. So in difficult time, remember, never doubt Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Always think good of Him. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, just 3 days before his demise, he said, none of you should die except with thinking good of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So before passing away, he is telling us always think good of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Always have husnul dhan billahi. We must trust Allah and continue having hope in Allah. In these difficult times, my brothers and sisters, remember, don't give up hope. Increase in hope and balance between your fear and hope. And continue to help our brothers and sisters in Palestine. Not a short-term help. This is going to be a long-term help. And a long-term help means we take small actions on daily basis. Remember, success is achieved by taking small actions on daily basis, not just by taking big action once and then forgetting about it afterwards. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us all people of hope, and may He free Palestine. Assalamu alaikum.